Get ready for high-octane action, because we are diving straight into the chaos of the Catalan Grand Prix. We start with the incredible drama surrounding Alex Marquez and Johan Zarco, as both riders suffered serious fractures in separate accidents during this turbulent MotoGP race, shaking up the entire landscape of the competition. From Fabio Quartararo, and the surprising showings from Fermin Aldeguer and Franco Morbidelli. And finally, we wrap up with the brutal reality check on the weekend. We examine the overall disaster for Aprilia, the struggles of KTM riders like Enea Bastianini and AI Aguirre, and the final tally of rider rankings, leaving you with the definitive verdict on this unforgettable MotoGP event. The Catalan Grand Prix delivered a chaotic spectacle in MotoGP, marked by significant incidents and dramatic results, with both Alex Marquez and Johan Zarco sustaining fractures in separate accidents. The weekend served as a stark reminder of the sport's safety standards under high pressure. The competitive landscape was significantly altered in Barcelona. Aprilia failed to capitalize on a strong position, while KTM missed a major opportunity amidst intense challenges from Ducati. Adding to the drama, no fewer than 5 riders received penalties more than 2 hours after the race concluded. A standout performance came from Fabio Di Giannantonio, who secured a hard-fought victory, achieving a long-awaited Grand Prix win after battling through the field, including picking off Acosta. This result thrust him firmly into title contention against the factory Aprilias, signaling a potential major loss for both VR46 and Ducati as Di Giannantonio is expected to move to KTM. The accident involving Marquez and Pedro Acosta was described as a freak occurrence. While medical teams responded swiftly and Marquez was declared conscious, the decision regarding a race restart while he was being transported raised questions about ethical versus commercial considerations within MotoGP. Another point of contention was the restart involving Zarco and Francesco Bagnaya's Ducati, which was deemed avoidable given the inherent danger of Turn 1. This led to a subsequent restart, prompting discussions about where MotoGP and the FIM might have overstepped their boundaries. Ducati ultimately locked out the podium positions, demonstrating depth in its rider roster despite serious incidents involving top riders. Fermin Aldeguer managed to secure an under-the-radar podium, and Bagnaia also finished third, showing continued upward momentum. Conversely, the Barcelona weekend proved disastrous for Aprilia, with numerous issues plaguing the team, from rider conflicts to poor qualifying performances and lack of overall pace. In the KTM camp, despite strong early practice from Acosta, the weekend was marred by technical difficulties. Vinyls retired from the sprint due to an oil spill, and multiple riders suffered sudden power losses. Ultimately, KTM struggled to convert their potential into significant points, with Acosta finishing second in the sprint, while Brad Binder finished 7th after benefiting from penalties. MotoGP Grand Prix winner Fabio Di Giannantonio has withdrawn from the post-race test at the Catalan Grand Prix in Barcelona, citing the need to focus on recovery following an incident involving Alex Marquez. The withdrawal comes after Di Giannantonio's VR46 Ducati was struck by flying debris when Marquez's Gresini Ducati cartwheeled down the back straight, causing the bike to disintegrate after clipping Pedro Acosta's, slowing KTM. The impact resulted in an entire wheel assembly and front fork striking Di Giannantonio, causing an injury to his left hand. Despite the pain, Di Giannantonio managed to take both subsequent restarts and fought to secure his second Grand Prix victory of his career. However, his VR46 team announced ahead of the Monday test that he had withdrawn to prioritize his recovery. The incident left Marquez with neck and collarbone fractures, while Johann Zarco sustained leg injuries in a subsequent accident at the next restart. Teammate Franco Morbidelli acknowledged the severity of Di Giannantonio's discomfort, stating that the rider was visibly distressed and screaming throughout the restarts, indicating significant pain. Di Giannantonio's next race is scheduled for Mugello in 2 weeks. Fabio Di Giannantonio will miss Monday's official Catalunya MotoGP test following a significant accident during his recent Grand Prix victory. The Italian rider, who secured his and VR46's first MotoGP win since 2023, sustained a hand injury when he was struck by debris, including the front wheel and suspension, from Alex Marquez's damaged Ducati. Despite the injury, Di Giannantonio demonstrated remarkable resilience, taking the race lead with 3 laps remaining in the final restart. In response to the incident, a VR46 statement confirmed that the team and Di Giannantonio have decided not to participate in the test day at Circuit Barcelona Catalunya to prioritize recovery ahead of the next Grand Prix. Di Giannantonio joins Alex Marquez, Johann Zarco, and Marc Marquez in missing the final official test of the 1000cc era. Franco Morbidelli will be the sole VR46 rider on track, utilizing his satellite-spec GP25 machine. The focus now shifts to the next event, with the 2026 season's round being the Italian Grand Prix at Mugello, scheduled for May 29th to 31st. The paddock remains closely watching developments, particularly concerning the ongoing Suzuki exit and Marc Marquez's injury situation. The Catalan Grand Prix weekend in MotoGP proved to be a chaotic and fiercely contested battle, yielding a diverse set of results and raising questions among analysts regarding rider performance. Val Korongi is currently compiling his rider rankings based on the weekend's events. Alex Marquez faced significant concerns regarding his performance, with analysts suggesting his recovery from neck and collarbone fractures remains the top priority. While he secured a sprint win on a fading front tire, his qualifying result of 3rd and a DNF in the Grand Prix left questions about his trajectory as an outside title contender. Pedro Acosta showed flashes of brilliance, achieving a strong Q2 session on Friday and demonstrating significant pace. However, incidents throughout the weekend, including a collision with Alex Marquez and a subsequent issue with his power, ultimately hampered his championship ambitions. Fabio Quartararo, riding the Yamaha, demonstrated consistent pace, particularly in qualifying sessions, though his mood after the finish suggested dissatisfaction with the outcome. He showed improved first-lap strength on a slightly grippier track. Joan Mir's points tally remains a concern, as his potential was evident across Friday and Saturday, but a multi-bike crash in the sprint and subsequent tire pressure issues stripped away what could have been a podium finish. Fabio Di Giannantonio delivered a standout performance, securing the most points for a Ducati rider in a single weekend with 32 points. Despite some struggles in Q2, his fundamental pace allowed him to recover from incidents, culminating in a strong finish in the Grand Prix. In contrast, the weekend saw mixed fortunes for others. Enea Bastianini experienced misfortune, with a poor start on Sunday and issues with his bike's power affecting his race performance. Toprak Razgatlioglu had a not really positive weekend, marked by difficulties with grip on the Barcelona tires and a poor Q1 session, though he managed to maintain competitiveness. Raul Fernandez's interactions with Jorge Martin were scrutinized, with Fernandez providing context on his maneuvers during the weekend. Maverick Viñales appeared enthusiastic about his return, maintaining a level of competitiveness, though not dominating. Overall, the Catalan Grand Prix was defined by high-stakes incidents, mechanical issues, and fluctuating performance levels, leaving observers to debate who truly performed best amidst the surrounding chaos.